dropping your in them. Hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh! Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the Jews, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind. Handle your business, handle your business. Loyal and honor, don't break no bro codes. The more
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. On first down, Newton escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. There's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A first down carry by Elliott. A nice little juke. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jameis Olawale from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Attention shifting back to Carolina as they come onto the field. And you talked about it earlier. They started 6-2. Everything was looking good. Then 7 losses in a row in 2018. Besides Cam Newton retooling and not maybe running as much, what else needs to happen in Carolina?
I have to start with Cam Newton and his running because they've wanted him to run the ball less in recent years. But what's that expression that Cam used? A lion's got to roar. Running the football is a part of me, and it allows him to feel like he's part of the game. Well, they've got to be more judicious about that. He just has to get healthy because he was throwing the football better than he ever had in his career. But I do think the injury changed everything for Carolina because when he couldn't make the throws necessary, it really hurt them moving the ball downfield and put a lot of pressure on their defense.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 24 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now Newton. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 2nd and 10, Newton again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Hey, get right down.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. They'll try the air now with Newton. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. It's the fullback. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dallas Cowboys so good at home this year, 7-1 during the regular season. That helped earn them the NFC East title. So they come home, they beat Seattle. Now, though, they go on the road for a much tougher test.
It is indeed a much tougher test. The Los Angeles Rams, a defensive front led by Aaron Donald, who many think could be the MVP of the league this season. And since 1996, the Dallas Cowboys are 0-5 in the divisional round, so they're trying to take on history as well.
And he's got some space here. And down to the 20. A big run that time by Elliott. 48 yards on the ground. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, Elliott. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Newton now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the 50, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? McCaffrey on the counter. And he stopped immediately there. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Gun. Right to the 3.
To throw on second down is Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing on third down, Newton. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit it, they go through.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And it's a unit last drive They did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They fake the give. Newton. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st down, it's Newton. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Catanzero's kick is right through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Nothing separating these 2 teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Eluding the pressure right. A dump off to Elliott. And down right near the 25. Able to break through that initial contact. Got him some extra yardage. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Flushed out right. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. You call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mario Addison able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, get right down.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Quick hitch, complete. It's right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Looking deep downfield. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Newton. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right.
And we're back now in Charlotte. 13 all our score as we start quarter number 4. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
20. 20.
Out of the gun, Newton. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Again, it's Elliott. And now running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Shoot some. Hey.
On second down, here's Newton. Flush to his right. He can't get him down. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, get right down.
From the gun, here's Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Go.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Newton now on second down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing here, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third down, Elliott. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jalen Smith in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. He'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. This will be from 53 for the win. And this isn't going to get there. It's no good. Didn't get enough leg on it. Not what you'd expect from an NFL kicker. And it's going to be the final act of this ball game. So a field goal that could have won it went awry. Pretty good distance field goal. It wasn't a chip shot, but still, that one's going to stick with him for a little while, you'd have to think.
It is, and I know that he missed that one, and they walk off the field, and obviously they don't feel great about themselves. They just lost a game. But this is where the proficiency of kickers actually comes back and hurts them because they've gotten so good that we expect them to make just about everything. And we forget that's still a long field goal attempt.
And so much pressure there at the end of the game. It's one of those situations, unfortunately, where you're either the hero or you're the GOAT.
And what you also hope is